Hey, it's James. Welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. Um, I've gotten a couple of emails that I just kind of caught me out of left field. They're asking me about political stuff, and they're asking me about questioning my motives. And I had one person that I couldn't tell if they were defending some of these wolves in sheep's clothing or what the point was. It was very aggressive, attacking me, and I just wanted to kind of clear things up as far as why I do what I do. Um, I spent in my 20s. I spent 4 years in the International Churches of Christ. This was a church that was founded by Kip McKean. Uh, Kip had there was a split that took place within the ICOC. He ended up founding another church called the International Christian Church, and he recently retired from being world missions leader. If you notice, like with Gateway, they had all these made up titles. Excuse me. But, and then, fast forward, uh, as a hospital chaplain, I was in Kansas City for a couple of years. I can't talk about my day job here, but I can tell you that I was working at a hospital in Kansas City during the day, and I would spend a lot of time at the prayer room of IHOP Kansas City. And then, so to learn about all the stuff that Mike Bickle was doing, I had conversations with different leaders there at IHOP. I've talked one on one with Misty Edwards and with some of these other leaders, and it was very interesting because I told, you know you have to understand, during the pandemic, you have the you have to have the you have to have the mindset that yeah, you've got someone scheduled to preach on Sunday, but by the time the next Sunday comes around, they might have COVID. So you have to have a backup plan. And so I offered to preach, and I thought, well, I'm ordained. I'm from a charismatic background. I'm sure if something really bad happens, they'll take me up on it. And the guy that was their pastor, and it's been so long since I've thought about it. The name is slipping. I'll put it up right here when I'm editing. Um, I'm right now. I don't have any of this stuff right now. I'm just going off the top of my head, and but the guy breaks his leg, and so I thought, well, surely they'll call me. And no, they they actually had somebody who was on their board of directors, who was a former vineyard preacher, and he did a great job. But um, that was the moment that I had. It's like, that's a red flag for me. What's going on here? I noticed the culture was very yeah, anybody can go to the prayer room, but it was very close knit. And so, and then of course we found out why it was so close knit. Anyway, say all that is, when I started doing these videos, the number one concern was that we want to equip people to be able to see things. If you see that your pastor or somebody else in ministry is starting to show some of these signs or starting to act in certain ways, that you would say something, that you would, and here's what the Bible has to say. We're going to go to Matthew 7. It says, starting in verse 15, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Are grapes gathered from thorns or figs from thistles? In the same way, every good tree bears good fruit, but the bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus you will know them by their fruits. You know, and there's a reason why that, Robert Morris should never be behind a pulpit again. There's a reason why Mike Bickle should never be behind a pulpit again. I believe there's a reason why Kip McKean should never be behind a pulpit again. Is because the fruit of their life shows that they are not the servant type leaders that Jesus has called us to be. John 13, Jesus washed the feet of his disciples in the upper room. And then after he was done, he took the towel off and put his robe back on and sat down, and he told them, he said, what I've done for you, you were to do for others. And we are to serve people. Ministry is about meeting whatever people you serve. It's about meeting their needs. It's not about meeting my needs. I am trusting that as I serve other people, that God is going to take care of me. And bottom line is, shepherds don't sleep with the sheep. Nope. Now, I know what it's like to be cheated on. I know what it's like when someone else has an affair. It's painful. It hurts. And that's why I do what I do. We want to make sure that the church is healthy and vibrant, and what I hope for you is that if you are starting to see some of these wolf-like tendencies in your pastor, that you'll say something. And maybe they'll change, maybe they won't. They don't, and that's what Matthew 18 is for. Go find a few other people and tell them what you've seen. If they agree with you, you go confront that leader and go from there. If they still won't repent, you take it in front of the church. Anyway, I'm just kind of blows my mind away that people halfway across the world are writing me emails and questioning my motives, and it's like I've been pretty open and honest about why I do what I do. So anyway, if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And tomorrow I've got an interesting story. It was not necessarily a pastor, but someone who was a teacher at a religious school who clearly was not living out their faith. So, but until then, I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching.